Hey y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. What's going on, gang?
What's good, y'all? What's good?
Yeah, I'm over here dropping stuff. But we good. We good.
Oh man.
What y'all been
Back
up
for
to?
another Survivor Wednesday. Shout out Survivor for
Wait.
being back.
Speaking of Survivor, I got a quick story to tell y'all. And this is all gonna be blamed on Elijah over here. You are the reason. You are
Me?
the reason. He don't even know
No,
this yet, y'all.
no, this is
So,
bonkers.
Long story short, y'all know I'm in Texas, right? And if y'all haven't heard the news, the ports are closed and people are going crazy because there are some things that are gonna stop from getting in production or whatever. Hey, Mary. So
Hey.
people, of course, because it's just like COVID, people are going crazy and getting all the tissue, getting all the paper towels, getting all the water. I, for one, was sitting on my couch. Like, it ain't that crucial. It's international goods. But of course, since everybody out, there's people on my Facebook like, hey, all the tissue gone at Costco. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get up. So of course, I gotta go get some tissue and paper too. And I gotta get wipes, I gotta go get diapers, I gotta go get all that, right? Anyways, I tell Eli and Eric and Josh this, and Eli was like, oh, is this because of the hurricane? I said, no, I'm in Texas. You know, the hurricane didn't hit us. So I need y'all to have that backstory because this is because of Eli putting Texas and Hurricane Helene in my head. I went to sleep that night, and do y'all know I had a dream that I was in Hurricane Helene, right? So my house is Florida County. Eli hasn't even heard the story yet. I told Eric it last night at like 4 a.m. Not last night, this morning. So my house is kind of on like a little hill, kind of. But for some reason, my backyard is level, but my front yard is kind of sloped down. But in this dream, it was opposite. So my backyard was kind of like sloped down a little bit. So it was so much water, it was basically like a lake. Now, water didn't get in my house, but it was like a lake out here, right? Mm-hmm. It was a crocodile. I don't know if it was a crocodile or alligator, but I call it a crocodile. Alligator.
She said an alligator.
I didn't know which one it was. I can't tell an alligator from a crocodile. I don't know. I am not. What's his name?
Alligators have rounded snouts, and crocodiles have those narrow.
I wasn't looking long enough.
No, you're running away from both of them. You don't look at an alligator enough to know if it's an alligator. I ran. So I'm looking at the alligator. Right, we have, of course, cameras in our house, and we got cameras pointing in the backyard. I'm looking like, dang, alligators kind of getting close. So apparently, these alligators are very, very smart. I don't know if that's true, but in my dream, they are very, very sophisticated animals, right? And so it bites my camera, okay? Takes the camera, and then I have a sliding door, you know, like to go to my backyard. And then the crocodile, or whatever you want to call it, was like sliding my door. I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to get it. And I got my 1-year-old, and she's just like, doo. I'm like, bro, we about to die. So I was like, okay. So the crocodile obviously is gonna have to slide the door open, right? Because they have hands. I don't know. So I was like, okay, I got about 10 seconds before I make it upstairs, right? So I finally, like, I'm trying to push it closed. I'm yelling at Steve, my man. I said, hey, Steve, somebody, the crocodile is coming. You gotta come in. He's like, yeah, whatever. He didn't believe me. So I run upstairs, run into my kids' room, and then I'm like, Steve, there's an alligator. He like, yeah, whatever. He's in the shower, in the bathroom, whatever. And he just like, yeah, whatever, Trees, whatever. I'm over here fighting for my life. I'm trying to put the kids in the closet. And Steve was just like, do. And then I woke up because the alligator, whatever, was about to bust through the door. And it woke me up out of my sleep. So did I make it? Hey, so
that
Steven
is my story of being a survivor.
I gotta know, is Steve in the doghouse because he didn't fight back?
Yes.
I said hashtag believe black women.
Yes. Mary, it sure did. Yep. Dallas flooded a little while back. They flooded. Was it last year? I remember I sent y'all a picture, like randomly.
It was last year too.
It was a lot of debris that blocked our little drainage system. And like my mother-in-law, her car was at our house and it got all the way up to her like mirrors. Like it was crazy. It was only just like our street. It was weird. But yeah, climate
You
change.
was in Lake Placid, girl.
Whew, I had to get that story off. But it was Eli fault because he put it in my brain that Helene, whatever her name is, was in Dallas. So yes. But that's my story. Yeah.
So
it woke me up.
my fault.
I was sleeping good and they woke me up and I was up until 7 this morning. Thank you very much.
Elijah. Shaking my head. Oh, Eli, Mary was looking for you last time. She was like, "Where's the fine bald guy?"
Oh,
He right here.
Mary.
He here, Mary.
Little did you know, we don't got to get in.
The eye candy of the pod.
Man, that ain't I. That's these two. Because this bald head, it's a little too bald.
So y'all know why we're here. We're here to talk Survivor 47.
Yes.
And y'all, I think this was a funny episode.
It was funny.
This episode.
This was a treats episode. This is the type of episodes that said, don't expose me.
Hey,
these are the type of episodes that get my attention. I like the messiness. I like the drama.
Yes,
had a little
full
bit
of
that this episode.
Nothing but mess.
Hey, Oscar.
I was about to say it felt a little filler-ish, where it's like a lot of just camp life, which
is good. We did ask to see more camp stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. If it's entertaining, and this was entertaining, so
because it was showing dynamics.
Yep.
There you go.
One band.
Y'all, I haven't got a one band from Eric ever. Let's go. We
you are lying. But yes, one band, one sound, baby. So we start the show off with Gabe, and his tribe, Blue Tribe, Tuku. They coming back from tribal council, and they were kind of quiet. Normally the tribes are trying to discuss the votes, what happened. They're pretty quiet at first, but then Gabe, he mentioned in his confessional, he was like, or he talks to the tribe mates too. He's like, y'all, I just had to play my idol. I heard my dad telling me to play it because I saw last season everybody went home and they did the flashback with Jim, her and her idol went home. Hunter, him and his idol went home.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, her and her idol went home. What's the old baby Aunt Venus, her and her idol went home. Q and his idol went home. And so he heard the ghost of idols past telling him, play me.
I don't hate it.
I don't
just, you know what? I'm safe for one vote. That's all I need. Get my roots in.
Listen, I like to change in 7 days. So
it certainly can. For some people it did.
Wait a minute. I just had a realization. Oh, girl says she made it 7 days and 3 people that went home.
I mean,
do they go home like every other day?
I'm pretty sure it used to be like one every 3 days. Like every 3 days was tribal, and I think they sped it up because it's like 27 days now.
26.
That do make sense because they only on the island for like 20 some days. I don't know why my brain was thinking I'm thinking Big Brother, child. I'm like, wait a minute, they're not there that long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, they are indeed. And then they do a double too. Don't forget they throw a double in there as well. So
oh man, they do more doubles than Gushing Big Brother. I forgot.
They do that. Oh well, they do a lot of double. I don't know. Do they? No, they don't. Do they?
Big Brother?
No, they don't. He said they do more than Big Brother. I'm like, do they? I can't remember. I know they at least do one.
I'm yapping.
You got me really thinking back. I'm like, hold on. So they talk about that. That was kind of cool. Like, yeah, play your idol, brother. Can't even fault you for it. Then we see that Kyle is blindsided, of course, because he wasn't expecting that vote. And then he starts to, I was kind of leaning that way too. I just didn't know if all the votes was going to be on TK, so I didn't vote that way. And he voted Sue, and Sue ain't letting it go, baby. She like, soon as I can, I'm writing Kyle's name down because he came for me and he going to realize I'm not the one. She's like, I've dealt with men like him in my field because the male dominated, and I will be writing Kyle's name down no matter what.
He didn't even do all that much though. In my opinion, he just wrote her name down. It's not even like I hate you. Get out of this island. It's like, hey, I voted for you, and Sue's ready to burn Kyle's whole game and life down. I'm like, oh lordy.
I also said, can they slow the game back down to 39 days? I mean, for me, watching it don't really do much because it's still the same amount of episodes. I wonder how they do that.
How they would.
how do you have less days but the same amount of? I guess they film
filler episodes.
Because I was like, how do
sure,
you go down in the amount of days, but you still got the same amount of episodes? But I was like, I guess it's just filming wise. It don't matter if they do it every other day or every 3 days. Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it's turned from 2 days of camp life, then a challenging vote out tribal council, and now it's just like, hey, rest day, comp and tribal, pretty much.
Yeah, something like that. So then we get to Gata, Yellow Tribe.
Gosh dang. Man, what y'all want? Betting or gosh dang food?
So Sam and Annika, clearly they like the loudest voices on this tribe, right? Annika's her neck and her back and everything else in between was hurting because she couldn't sleep good. They don't have a good bedding. They don't have a good shelter. And so she was like, well, guys, I think we really need to focus on getting this shelter built. And, people are like, yeah, we need to get the shelter. But then Sam is like, well, we got that fishing gear we won. And we said we was going to go down there this morning as a tribe and start fishing because we need some food. And they're like, but we need a house. And he like, but we need to eat. So you want to go worry about bamboo because the bamboo poking you on your back and it ain't comfortable?
I know, bamboo, it ain't a mattress. It's never going to be a mattress.
I'm on the side of eating because I need to eat in order to work to build this shelter. Because I'm going to be too weak. Okay, so I need some energy. I'm team food first.
Hey, who all gonna be there? Did a poll on Twitter. If y'all missed it, go back and find it. And the poll was: what would you do? Group chat: prioritize shelter or prioritize food? And survey says 83% chose. What do y'all think they chose?
I think they chose shelter.
83% chose food.
And I think it's really important. It depends on. I feel like there's points where this could change. We've seen seasons where it's pouring for days and days and they can't get any type of non-wet area. And I think in that case, it's like, hey, we need our shelter good. I don't know why my memory's so bad. I can't think of the last time it rained in one of these Survivor episodes. Maybe during tribal rains.
Yeah.
But like any type of crazy storm, I don't know.
Hey, DM.
What is the person
the voted out person?
Called? Exile?
Oh. Is it just eliminated?
Eliminated contestant. You just eliminated.
At the house? I don't know. You know what? I don't know what they call them. Or latest evictee. I don't know.
Mary, that's me too. I get so tired of eating.
I don't know. They're just snuffed.
Yeah. They just eliminated. Yeah.
Mary, I don't think the kind of eating that make you tired is gonna happen on this island.
Gosh, we saw the food that Rome was sketching. Gosh, he was sketching food, and
Rome is the only one that can get full.
Right, more fishes, baby. He had tuna, he had catfish, he had fish fillet, he had all type of. I mean, he grabbed the ocean, baby. He done took all of Ariel's friends.
Outcast. Yes, duh, Mary. That's what it is. I was like, wait, we know what it is. Yeah, outcast.
Did I know that?
I was about to say, I feel like Survivor never uses that term.
Oh,
I don't. They probably do. They probably do. I just don't remember. It sounds good though. That's what we're calling it.
We'll ask. We'll ask somebody with Survivor knowledge because clearly we three don't have nothing. Right. In terms of those.
Where's Josh when you need him?
Where's Josh? Where is our Survivor dictionary?
Yeah, we're
encyclopedia. When we need it.
In the streets.
Right. No, he working, so give him his ones and twos. He got to get that money. So Eli already brought it up. Rome, he a fishing expert now, baby. He know where the fish gotta go, how long you need to be out there, how the ride need to be, who need to be out there, and the only person that was out there was himself because he designated himself.
What's that man's name? Rome. Child, thought it was Cinderella. The way if you ask him, because that man was cooking, he was cleaning, he was washing the dishes.
What had me dying is Rome was essentially doing the meme of like the person trying to get attention, just like,
my God.
He was. Look at me. Y'all, can you look at I'm carrying all this stuff.
Like when she mad at me and I'm not paying attention, she'd be like,
I'd be like, girl, I hear you.
No. But here's the thing. He was like, "Oh my God, gotta go out here and fishing. I guess I gotta do it." But he literally said that. I guess I gotta go do it on my
this
own.
bucket's so heavy.
Oh, I gotta carry this bucket of water on my own. Oh, look at me. I gotta slice the fish up, scale the fish on my own, gut the fish on my own. And they all looking like, did nobody tell you? Like, can't nobody else help you because you ain't let nobody else help you.
Yeah. Or you could have just did something crazy like ask, like, hey, can somebody help me? Somebody probably would have got up. Y'all could have called me.
He's kind of like your mom when she wants you to, when you cleaning up and stuff, or
when she be banging pans and stuff and being all dramatic, like you could just say, hey, Treese.
Yes.
Do this.
She be cleaning up because
I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so tired, but I'll do the dish. I'll do the dishes. But oh man, my back. I woke up early and now I got to do the
I work all day long and I have to go get these groceries. Then nobody help me put the groceries. Then nobody help me put the groceries in the bag. And you just watch me walk in the house and put all the groceries.
Complaining for no reason.
Because did you ask for help?
And
didn't. So don't even. But it was funny because they were all looking at him like he was crazy. But you know what? He said, listen, he stood on his little business though, because after he caught the fish, scaled the fish, gutted the fish, and cooked the fish, he said, y'all think y'all supposed to get all this good food? No, absolutely not. He said, y'all getting the tail ends, the scraps, especially you, Aisha. He was kind of eating.
He was over there like that.
Nibbling. She got the fin of the fish.
But listen, I have to tell y'all. Go ahead, Eric. You was about to say something?
No, I'm done.
So this is so funny, right? So to speak on Rome's character, just see what we have to look forward to for the rest of the season, however long he's here. I went to the grocery store, right, to go grab some stuff for dinner tomorrow. And my fiance was at home and I had the TV on still on Survivor. He called me, he's like, hey, is Rome on Survivor? I was like, and he likes to watch battle rap. Apparently, Rome used to be a manager to like a well-known battle rapper. His name is Twerk, if y'all into battle rap. But I have to tell y'all, so interesting. This is like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, something like that. What's so funny? Why he got fired?
Now he got fired.
He got fired, right? Him and Twerk are they were really close friends or whatever. Like I watched the interview, you could tell like that was his boy. Tell me why this man faked his death.
No.
He did. Went on in and everything. Faked his death.
Clarifying, this is wrong. We're talking about.
This is wrong. He did this a couple years ago, and he was like, "Bro, he was like, bro, like I don't know what the reason was for it, but the fact that he's so petty in this little segment, like with this fish, he was over there like, I'm gonna be loud too." And I was like, "Oh, this man, he got some screws up there shaking around." And this man faked his own. He was like, bro, you can't work for me anymore. Like, that's weird. I don't know what the reason was, but he was just like, oh, yeah, I did it. Sorry. Like,
I mean, sure. You ever wake up and just not want to go into work and then just fake your death? Like,
no.
You know what?
You do that.
No.
That's not normal? That's not normal?
Well, you know what?
Like
I guess he is a survivor. He did survive his fake death. So I guess
he probably used that in his audition
round of Survivor.
Fun fact, I faked my death and I survived because it was fake and I didn't really die. So I'd be great on Survivor.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
So
actually.
Who was it that lied about his grandma? Was it Johnny that lied about his grandma being sick? This might be in the books. So stay tuned for something crazy coming out that man's mouth, because any man that will fake his death to the world
cannot be trusted.
One thing if somebody looking for you or somebody some money and they be like, hey, tell them that I was in a car wreck or something. But nah, this man faked his death to the entire world. And he was just like, nah, I'm just playing. Like, what? That is diabolical. That's crazy.
So Rome, his change of faith this episode was very intriguing to see. I did not see this flip happening like the way it did, but we're gonna get into it. So after Rome and his power trip of fishing all day and working, cooking and cleaning and mopping and sweeping and, you know, being the maid. We move over to back to the Yellow Tribe. And Andy has pretty much offered his soul, his firstborn child, and all of his blood to Sierra in the form of his shot in the dark to build trust. And Sierra was already on the fence.
Would not have done that.
She was out. No, but she was on the fence with him. She was like, I know Sam trusts him, but I just something about Andy. Here's my shot in the dark. Well, you know what?
I mean, it works. But I'm not putting my only lifeline. Maybe I offer him like, well, you know what? I can consider. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do it exactly.
If you would like,
if you know, to gain some trust with you. Because at first she was like, I don't want that. Like, what they gonna do for me? But
because can you wait? We need clarification. Can you use somebody else's shot in the dark if they give it to you?
No, I don't think so.
We don't know.
It was more so saying like,
it's not in my pocket.
Mine in case.
Yeah. Well, he gave it to me, so Jefferson, why can't I use it?
I was gonna make up something. I don't even know.
But also, at the same time, I like when I first saw it, I'm like, man, why are you offering it? She's already like hesitant on it. But at the same time, when you use it, it's only a 1 in 6 chance. It's like, hey, you'd much rather play Survivor without a shot in the dark and not have to use it.
Yeah. No,
Chappelle is on watch.
He is not sad. He is furious. Okay. He is livid. He is out of this world, enraged. And I completely understand.
It's funny because y'all, the platform that we use to record, there's a dark mode now, and the fact that Chappelle's little like
the reds are extra red.
So red. They're so red and like angry, so it makes it funnier.
Now, Mary says a no from Jeff because I mean, if somebody you gifted it to me, shoot, you willingly lent this to me. It belongs to me.
If Jess isn't gonna let Rachel steal rice, gosh dang, he ain't gonna let someone use someone else's shot in the dark.
And the fact that he said in the interview that it was a bold move of her to take it and still didn't let her have it, Jeff, please. But so yeah, he offered up everything in exchange. He basically was Agatha Harkness and offering up her son to Mephisto for the Darkhold. He pretty much offered up his lifeline in the game, his whole soul, his everything to Sierra to gain trust. And it worked for him. And the man's a genius. I've been calling it. Look, he is a mastermind. He knows what he's doing. He has built his way up from the bottom. He should have been.
I don't know about mastermind, but
yeah, you're pushing a little bit.
I'm pushing it. Did this man not go on record in front of all the tribes and say that he was going to throw his best friend under the bus and then went and tricked his best friend into throwing himself under the bus?
Listen,
if everyone else saw him crash out,
he would have been at the house.
He wouldn't have. Annika would have been because she ain't had no vote. He went Sam, who don't like Annika.
Hey,
Annika would have went home.
All I'm gonna say is first impressions means a lot, and he crashed out in front of everyone as his first impression. And so we'll see what happens to Andy come merge.
He gonna make to the merge. I know that much. He'll make
if he makes a merge. If he makes a merge,
I don't see a world in which he doesn't.
They better keep winning.
I don't see a world that he doesn't because again, Sam is not going to want to be the only guy. He already said that, so he's not letting Andy go. Sam has a lot of power in the game. He also has an idol, and him and Sierra are tight. So that trio right there, they're cutting Annika or Rachel neck. Well, Annika ain't gonna have no vote next time they go to tribal, so she gonna.
Oh yeah, I forgot she did lose her vote.
So I mean, we ain't said it yet, but she lose her vote. And so Andy's going to make the merge. And I think he's a great player. I just think he had a rough start to the game, but I think he's finding his footing. And he's selling his soul to the highest bidder to gain allegiance. And honestly, I can't even fault the man for it. Because Sierra bought it, like I said. She was like, oh, he did not have to do that. Wow, what a sweet gesture. I think I can trust him now. And he still kept it. So she didn't even take it. So he literally offered it up if she did take it. Not that she could use it anyway, but still, good play on Andy. So shout out to him. Next, we have Kyle in the Blue Tribe. Tuku. He's having a conversation with Gabe, and he says Gabe basically called Sue and Caroline goats. I missed that. So did he say that? Did he call them goats?
I was confusing this too, and I might have blanked out too. I have the worst memory in the world. I don't remember him saying goats. I don't remember him saying goats. I think Kyle was exaggerating on that
Period,
one, but
Mary.
Could be lying.
Trees, did you hear him say it? Anybody in the chat? Did y'all hear Gabe call?
I saw the conversation with Sue and him, but I didn't hear him say like.
So I don't know if Kyle is lying or not.
Who knows if that's true or not?
Right.
I mean, it is, but I could be lying.
Because I can see Gabe saying it. Because
I think Gabe was saying, if I remember right, like, hey, they're tight, and it could be us four strong going into the merge. And that was, and I think he said that, but I could be wrong.
And he took that as that meant he would have to cut Tiana, and he didn't want to cut Tiana, which is, I'm all for, protect Tiana, protect black women in the game. But if we ain't learned nothing, huh?
Yeah. He said Gabe wants Tiana gone next.
Wait, so what did you say? Protect who? Okay, I thought I heard right.
Is she not black? Is Tiana not black?
I don't think she Hawaiian, ain't she?
I don't know what she is.
Did I make that up?
It don't matter. Anyway, Kyle, I love that he has loyalty to Tiana. I think that's a cute relationship that they have.
That's what I said. Ain't no black women on the game. Who you talking about?
She might be mixed. I don't know.
Maybe
you don't know her life.
I was about to get on you saying there's no black women on the cast when we have Aisha right there.
I swear though that she's Hawaiian.
Is your biracial meter working? Is it telling you? Do you feel a
connection? Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Do not look at me. Keep it pushing.
Not you lot of race police.
I'm straight up walking by y'all with my head down, earbuds in. I'm not listening to y'all.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. I was just making a joke, so it doesn't even matter about what she is. I love that they had that relationship. I like that he's trying to, ride for Tiana, but as we see, and I'm skipping ahead, as we see later on, I don't want to spoil it we all know what happened. But if someone is extending you an olive branch to make it further in this game, you do not push the olive branch away for your own interest. I'm sorry, especially if you have no choice. Make Aisha color again.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Who got the Photoshop? Who has the Photoshop to make Aisha color again?
Sorry, fam. If she was on my draft, I would make a color again, but she ain't. Sorry, fam. Sorry, fam.
So my thing is, I get it. That's your girl, but you in a sinking ship, brother. And they have.
He doesn't have to be on a sinking ship. He does. I mean, in his mind, he's probably like Tiana. I mean, if Tiana's his closest person, and it's ultimately a mindset of Gabe's in the middle.
Tiana is Hawaiian.
And it's like, hey, maybe in Kyle's mind, it's me, Tiana, and Gabe, and we just vote out those two. So I'm going to try to just keep Tiana safe, because it's like, why would I go with a 3 that's obviously tighter than?
But Gabe just told you he wanted Tiana gone, so you.
Well, that doesn't matter. Hey, they still might go ahead and get Tiana out. Are they going to lose every competition? Like, what happens when you get all the guys out? For those listening, I'm using air quotes because they always say that, oh, we vote out the guys, we're going to lose every competition. But
Tiana on my draft, they better leave her alone.
So he went back. So we said all that because he went to Sue and he was like, Gabe's over here talking about you. You a goat. You and Caroline are goat. So I was kind of thinking, that I want to move forward with y'all, and maybe Gabe needs to be the next target. And Sue was like,
I love Sue.
Do y'all hear something? I thought somebody who wrote my name down said something.
Oh, baby, I love Sue.
She was not picking up what he put down whatsoever. And she said, could Gabe have said it? I mean, there's, you never know. But she said, but when I know one thing for sure is Kyle wrote my name down. That's what I do know. And for that, I will get my revenge.
So, baby, you are me, okay? Because for that alone, I'd be like, you know what? Your name gonna be written on that scroll next week. With me. I love a petty person, and that
he gotta be there to write a name down.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. So he was mad at confession. He's like, I just try to tell you that somebody considers you a goat, and you gonna still defend him. You ain't trying to.
Hey, he has some.
Sue like and ain't.
Won't.
The funny thing is, I don't think Cal's wrong, and I don't think Sue's wrong either.
No.
Yup. I
Mm-mm.
agree.
Not at all. Not at all. And so
Her name's very Abby Maria.
So once again, we got pettiness all around this, just pettiness after pettiness.
Petty cast.
But it's hilarious. It's good. It's good petty. It's good petty. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, it was funny too with Yellow Tribe when they were arguing about food and shelter. And they had this rope, and Sam had the machete, and he was just hammering away. So she was like, "How about you saw it instead of hacking at it?" Because he was hacking, and it was. And then as soon as he saw it, it like snapped in like a half a second. And then she was like, "Yay, team! Look at us working together."
Oh man, I know that had to be so irksome for Sam, where it's like,
right,
you're already upset. And then you're like, you know what? I'm just going to listen to your advice because I'm pissed anyway. Oh, wait, your advice was amazing advice.
It's kind of like when you be in an argument with somebody, especially like a sibling or somebody, and they telling you what you need to do. And you're like, no, I know this the right way. I know this is what I'm supposed to do. And it's not working what you're doing. And then you try what they're doing. And then it worked like almost immediately. And it's kind of like, with, you don't want to admit it like, yeah, you was right. But it's kind of just, you got to look at them with that style.
I'll tell you you're right like 2 days from now. But for now, I'm still pissed at you.
Yeah, we still pissed. So after that, somebody pull up on the boat and they tell them that they got to go on a trip. They got to send somebody on a trip to God knows where. And Kyle makes it for Tuku, the Blue Tribe. What's his name? Rome. He played rock, paper, scissors. Because he want to go bad, baby. He's like, we doing rock, paper, scissors for this. And so he gets the rock, paper, and scissors, and he win. And Aisha was like, out of all
he gets to doing what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay.
What I said?
No, go ahead.
Did I say something? Did I say something else? Oh, I don't know what I said. What did I say, yo?
I don't know what Trees are picking up. We're gonna have to run back the tape for me at least.
Anyways, here she goes.
Hey, production was pumped when Rome got it, I bet. No, I'm kidding.
Please. What did Eli say? Yeah. Go ahead, Eric. We're gonna get to it.
Facts. So, and then Annika, she got it for the Yellow Tribe, and Sam was like, like, why she gotta go?
Heavy side, just to know I'm pissed.
Oh, so I love. What happened? Oh, did I do that?
Oh man.
Scream.
One thing about me, I'm gonna catch a dirty joke every time.
Screaming.
Eric, why would you do that? Went right over my head. Gosh, dirty dog.
I didn't even do it on purpose. Goodness gracious. Not the subconscious.
Sure.
So they go on a trip. And they have the opportunity to reach their hand in the bag. First of all,
real quick.
Go ahead. Oh,
I want to talk about the conversations before because
I was gonna get to it. But go ahead.
Why was Rome so happy that TK was gone? It's like, man,
he wasn't even on your tribe.
Kyle let him know, and Rome was like, "Yes, I needed TK gone. TK was the exact person I wanted him out first."
How did it be? Do he know? he went like in.
I was so confused.
Been down the island for 3 days. Probably 3 days.
Like,
maybe 2.
Am I missing something? He's talking about he was so arrogant, sir. Here's a mirror.
It was you.
Look at it. Okay.
Not the black people crashing.
Full crash out.
Full crash, full burn.
I mean, crash and burn because what did you gain from that? Merge is not for another long time.
All I know is Rome's getting his way. Rome is the mastermind of this season. He's cooking.
I mean, let him tell it.
Mastermind.
And so the fact that he was so giddy and excited for that was a choice. That was a choice. And then Annika, she starts spilling about her tribe a little bit, and they like, oh, okay. Rome tells him that Soul and Aisha are in charge over his tribe. Did Kyle give any information?
I don't think he gave any, but they were just talking about how Sam and Sierra, they're like, oh, are they a showmance? Are they together? And it's like,
First of all, I missed that because I thought Annika was lying and making it up because she didn't want to tell the truth about what was going on. How y'all? Where are these people getting that idea? Y'all don't even know these people.
The funny thing is, I mean, I guess it does boil down to life, where it's like, hey, you see someone, you're gonna make predetermined assumptions about who they are, what they're gonna do, and it's like, hey,
but why Sam and Sierra and not Sam and Rachel?
Maybe they were standing next to
what
each other
about
at
Rachel
a challenge.
And Sierra?
Maybe
you know what I'm saying? Why can't Sam and Andy? You know, like how y'all know?
Hey, you never know, but
you know
hey,
the vibe.
They can tell the vibe.
You know, it just be a vibe.
Hey, they clocked the vibe though. They did clock the vibe.
They did not clock the vibe.
They clocked the vibe.
Because they both engaged.
They did not clock the vibe.
No, they aren't dating, but Annika's like, but they're really tight in the game. So they have that connection. So they can sense that vibe from 2 tribes away.
And I mean, and that's crazy. So I mean, I guess that's a good thing from other tribes. If you are that perceptive to be able to tell that people are getting for whatever reason, I don't know how long they standing out there. Maybe because we only see a short clip of people how they are together when all 3 tribes are there. So maybe there's a lot of downtime in between filming, and they just having I don't know, and they seen something that we didn't see. But and I'll talk about the conversation when they get back. But or no, I can just say now it was funny because when Annika came back and told them that, they were like, I'm engaged. She engaged. She said, I better still be engaged when I get back off this.
Well, I think she's almost engaged. Like, hey, tight relationships, and yeah, she better have a ring on it soon.
So
hopefully with $1 million.
Hello.
Oh my eyes, it's so bright. that ring, Trees, is so bright.
Oh man. And
shameless plug.
After that, the whole little conversation that they have, they dig in the bag and got a chance to either lose a vote or gain an advantage or power in the game. And Annika and Kyle's unluck, they both pull out, lose a vote at the next tribal. Kyle sure ain't need that. Annika did not need that. So they're powerless.
Genuine question. Would y'all risk that 50-50 to potentially lose your vote for 2 tribals?
It would depend on where I'm at in the tribe. If I'm a Rome, heck yeah. Because I'm safe no matter what going to the next one. So he should have grabbed. He should have been the first one to grab the thing.
What you say they had in the bags and everybody bag? They had about 4 advantages in Rome.
Yeah, they said we are going to ensure that Annika and Kyle lose. They just put all the disadvantages, all the loser votes in theirs, and they put 3 advantages in Rome just to make sure he got an advantage.
Yep.
Baby, the survivor gods are looking down upon Rome because he reaches in that bag and lo and behold, he pulls out a still a vote. So pretty much he gets to snatch a vote from someone else and vote who he want to vote. So he don't just take a vote. He gets to, instead of their vote, he gets to put a vote in their place of whoever he chooses.
Big power.
Whomever he chooses. So he's like, oh my God, I got the idol. I got this still a vote. Y'all need to just call it Survivor Rome. Like, why not?
Rome kind of cooking. Crazy.
Hey.
But he kind of cooking.
It's fun.
Kind of
cooking. What draft
is
he on?
Mine.
He's on Eli's.
That's my team.
So is.
So he finds all of that, right? And then they go back to the tribe. We already talked about what Annika did. She didn't tell her tribe that she lost the vote because she didn't want Andy, of all people, to know that she lost the vote. Like, girl.
Well, but then she went and told the girls. She's like, hey, girls, I actually lost my vote.
And they like, oh, okay, girl, thank you. Sierra about to run it back to Sam. We know Sierra ran it back to Sam.
Yeah, it's the news is gonna spread. That's all I'm gonna say.
For sure. And then Kyle, he went back to his tribe. And did he tell them? I can't remember if he told them.
He told the truth. He told the truth. He's like, I lost 1 vote. I don't vote for this tribal. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
She started licking her chops. Yeah, she did. She patted. She's like, her chops was, I can't wait to take you to tribal council, brother.
You're licking one more.
Yeah.
That's why she was patting that shoulder like, oh, buddy, you better hope we don't lose tonight. Because you're going home, brother. And then Red Tribe, they get back to Lavo. And he goes and he was like, yeah, I lost my vote. I can't believe I lost my vote. I know I needed my vote. And Soul does not believe him. So shout out to Soul for being smart.
I don't understand this just for the fact that you have to come back from tribal tonight after this tribal council, and there were 6 votes red.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you lose your vote, Rome? What do you have?
So, but yeah, he told the whole tribe they didn't have nothing, right? Because he don't trust Aisha or Soul. So he didn't want them to know. But he, of course, he pulls Teeny aside. He like, listen, actually, I gotta steal a vote. And Teeny like, dang. So
I might have to work with this guy now.
yeah. Teeny was like in the confessional, they were like, you know, in Rome's mind, we're like this. And his 4 is myself, Keyshawn, and Genevieve. And he wants this 4. And with all this power that Rome has accumulated, it's looking like we might be the 4. I might have to side with them, leaving Aisha and Soul on the outs. And I'm like, Rome, this power he's gained control of the tribe.
He's running it.
Talk about lucky.
And then on top, I mean, he mentioned this later on in the game or in the episode, but he was like, if Rob was the Godfather, there has to be room for the Godson.
He was every single confessional. Rob was acting like he's Babe Ruth. He's swinging for the gosh dang home run every single time because it's like
he's swinging for the fences.
He's
knocking it out the park. He ain't missed yet.
I mean, all production has to do is,
but
I mean, they just have to tweak these confessionals a little bit, and then he's looking like he's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah,
and he's still bonkers.
Very much bonkers.
Or sorry, that was rude of me. Just he's chaotic in the game. But
you was right, bonkers. He ain't got screws loose. Light bulb not on.
I forgot he faked his death.
He did.
But in the game of Survivor, he's on top. How long he stays there is yet to be seen. But
he been not going with the owl in his pocket.
He used it, so he ain't got that no more. But he still got that Stillabo, which gives him an extraordinary amount of power.
I keep forgetting he got in my mind, I'm thinking he had 2, but I forgot he took the 1 to not get the longer one. That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, he could still go home with the Stillabo because nobody's going to vote with him unless they decide, if they decide to flip on him, they go home. So that could still happen, but we ain't there yet. So right now, he done took control of this red tribe, which nobody would have saw coming from that first episode. Not one soul. Because we thought he was going home. We definitely would have said he was going home this week. He would have gone home this week if it wasn't for that dang idol that he found. And Aisha was like, I know he found something because he was all throughout the night twisting and turning and flipping and running all through the woods and digging and
very smart
moving. Mm-hmm. And now he's still.
Now he's chilling.
He's chilling. You definitely found something.
Listen, it's kind of like when you got kids, you be like, hold on. Too quiet. What's going on? Why are you calm? It's because you in the corner eating paper. Why are you doing this? They get too quiet. Something is up.
You didn't mess with the baby powder. For some reason, the kids love the powder. They love the oils,
the lotions,
the Vaselines, the lotions.
All of it.
Everywhere. All over the place.
Oh, yep.
And so then we get to the challenge. Once again, we don't care about the challenge. Y'all know what it was. They was on the platform. They jump into the water. They swim, untie the buoy.
Untie.
Jump back in the water.
Next. Yes. Hold on, wait. We do got to talk about this for a minute.
There's some drama moments.
No, was it Andy that kept falling and kept falling and kept
It
falling?
was Andy.
And it was Lord, Andy.
And the funny thing is, Andy was like, before the challenge, there's a little bit of bickering on who gets to do what. But he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do great at all 3 facets. All 3, they're built for me. I'm gonna do this. He went first.
He thought he was Kobe of Survivor.
He really did.
He said money.
And he fell into the water about 8 different times because he went at the same time as Rome and I forget who on the yellow tribe.
Kyle.
Or on the blue tribe, yeah. Hey, he got cooked. He was getting lapped by the second group of people.
They was doing pretty good. And I said, now wait a minute, he keep falling.
And then he almost made it. He slipped right at the thing. He thought he was gonna have to make it. Just it's like, nah.
Hey,
if he could just keep his foot
Start over.
on the on the
Hey,
balance.
and he definitely tried to slide by, like, oh yeah, I made it across. It's like, no, your foot hit the water.
Nah,
Go
that
ahead,
foot
jump
in that
back
water.
in.
Yeah.
And shoot, there was even drama on the Red Tribe because Rome and Soul were like, hey, I want to go first. And Rome's like, no, this is a life dream of mine. I have to dive under the water and unlock this buoy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, of course, everything feels cool doing it. Gosh, if I did it, I'd be like, man, I was like Aquaman. I was swimming fast as hell. And then I unclipped it and I ran it on top of the water. It was a quick little clip, and that's it. And it's like, why was Rome?
He want to be in control
For what?
He just want to be in control. But I would say too, because Keyshawn mentioned that he just started learning how to swim 4 months ago. I was like, that would be me. Just trying to learn, just learning to swim. And I would have been the very first. He talking about he's choosing because they chose to sit out Genevieve, and Jefferson was like, you just said you ain't swim good. So why you I want to prove, conquer my fears, do something hard. Absolutely not, Jeff. I'm going to go sit over there on that bench. Easy. I may have learned how to swim, but I'm not going to intentionally throw myself.
Child, like, no, I am not an Olympian. What
he says, send me to tribal. I'm not the best at this, but I don't want to sit out. So just send me to tribal.
Like, what are you doing?
And he the reason I love Keyshawn, he's on my draft, but he definitely the reason why they went to tribal.
Likely.
Because the slow group, the red and blue were right next to each other most of the comp. And then Keyshawn and Aisha went and
they did so bad.
Lower.
Mostly Keyshawn. He did so bad. Jeff was like, they've done so poorly that even Andy's disastrous run, they were able to catch back.
Dramatic. If
I'm Andy, I'm like, now Jefferson, don't be putting me on blast like that.
I really thought I knew that Andy wasn't going to crash out, but I think that deserves more of a crash out than what he did in episode 1. Because it's like, Jeff, why are you coming at me like that? No, I'm diving into this water and y'all can come pick me up. Right. I don't care.
Put me
at
on
least I can untie the thing. I just couldn't get across. Keyshawn couldn't untie it.
Listen, I would have sat my behind trying to be like, look, I'll be real with y'all. I'm terrible at swimming. I can't open my eyes underwater, so I can't even get the look because they ain't gonna give me no goggles. So I'm gonna be trying to fish around for the. What do y'all want to do?
Imagine Genevieve makes a merge and they have a swimming competition and she just smokes everyone and she just looks at Keyshawn like, you wanted me to sit out.
Yep.
And so I would have been on that bench quick, fast, and in a hurry. You wouldn't even have to tell me twice. Because I know for a fact you gotta swim on survival. We all know this. And so I'm not the strongest swimmer, especially not in nobody's ocean. And you think I'm supposed to dive in the ocean? If I dive from that platform, I'm going to die. That's just it. Because I don't see myself coming back up. So therefore, sitting out a water challenge, choose me. Matter of fact, you don't get to choose. I'm choosing for you. It's me, Jeff.
Baby, I would pan the camera over. Baby, I'm already seated. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves on who's going first. I will be over here.
So anytime Jeff
is...
So I know for a fact, don't waste my sit out on a ground level challenge. I will be sitting out the water ones. Thank you very much. And if there is an immunity challenge that's individual and it's out there in the water like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and tip my foot in there because I'm not about to flip over and be nowhere in it. So just count me out of the water. Thank you. But anyway, they do the challenge. Blue and yellow, smoke. They done. Jeff was like, I'm just gonna call it now. Lovo is going to tribal council.
I was like, damn, Jeff, give him a minute.
No faith.
He said, you losers.
So they do lose. And they get back to tribal council. Clearly, Soul and Aisha are the targets. Initially going in, it was going to be Aisha from Rome's perspective. But then there was like, Teeny was like, I like Aisha. I don't want Aisha to go home. So Aisha.
I love Teeny.
I know you want to vote Genevieve, but girl, I think we need to do something different. I think, there's she was trying to tell her without telling.
Your name is getting brought up, sis.
Yeah.
And so they were just kind of like, I know things are a little different. Rome, it's a little iffy. He may or may not got something. But then they eventually tell Keyshawn and Teeny tell Aisha that he do got an idol. So therefore, sis, vote out Soul. They couldn't have wrote it or said it any different. Vote him out.
They had a flashing billboard like,
if only listen,
vote
she could have said
Soul
it once
to save
and then,
yourself.
like, girl, they didn't bite, so cool. All right, I hate to lose Saul, but if that's what the team want to do, let's roll with it. Like, fam, do not push
because
don't push it twice. Teeny
got Rome on
like,
board to get out Soul because
like,
Teeny went back to Rome like, listen, I know you want Aisha, but who's gonna be more likely to get that idol? Because your idol, once you use it up,
she saved you. And then you put yourself back in the fire.
Like, literally,
do you think that Teeny should have been more clear? Like, hey,
yes,
Rome has the power, and your name's coming up. I flipped it to Soul. Vote
how
Soul,
much more
please.
clear? You can't get out Rome.
Listen, I think she was clear-ish.
They were clear,
but if that's the person you want to work with going further in the game, then you gotta be a little bit more clear. I think it came down to, like, dang, if I have this conversation with her and she try to push it further, she might put me in the line of fire. So I mean, I'm cool with it. You got to play for yourself. But she was clear, but she could have been clear. Like, listen, pushing this, you might hit the block, fam. So
they really did all that they could do without underlining the fact that they have an alliance or a group of 4 that's with Rome. Mm-hmm. I think what ultimately it came down to is they didn't want to expose, hey, I actually have something with this 4 that doesn't include you, and I saved you from being the target from that 4. But I think Aisha had the thought that they have a solid 3 or 4 with Soul as well. Mm-hmm. And
which they did.
They really could have had that vote. But they
definitely could have voted out.
In trust, and of course Rome's idol being looming, but
because they could have voted straight out.
I can't blame Teeny.
I wouldn't really necessarily give her the blame, but Teeny really could have been like, hey, your name getting brought up. If it's not Soul, it might be you. And that would have put a stop to that, like, right then or there. But
well, Teeny did say you may hear your name come up.
May.
I mean, anytime you say something like that in Survivor, that means your name did come up. It's already came up, and it's like, hey, your name might come up. I think Teeny, they did the ultimate perfect, like, Survivor conversation to hint to your ally that they're going.
It's kind of like you can't say nothing, but it's like you writing it down, like, you may go home. You are, like, because they watch you, somebody watch you, like, you can't say it because they paying attention. Somebody got you hostage. You can't say exactly what's going on, but you got the sign, like, you may go home. I ain't saying you going home.
I don't know who would go home over Saul.
But yeah.
You. Is that a you? I don't know what else to do. I think she just got too big for her britches in the moment. I think she tried to push for a bigger move, and it just, unfortunately.
Well, and so when they did try to come to her, and they were like, she was like, yeah, I still think we need to devote Genevieve. And they said he gonna use his idol on Genevieve. So why would you still try to push Genevieve? Let Geneva go. So you can
Geneva.
Geneva. That's what I called her. Asha, I tweeted. I said, Asha, if you don't let Geneva go, so you can stay. That's not even like, sis.
Yeah.
And I almost think, I guess they could have been clear on, hey, trust that us 3 is a 3. Where it's like, sorry, we have to get rid of Soul, but we still have the votes over Rome and Genevieve. Right. Even though they really don't, because Rome has to seal a vote. But to their knowledge, it'd be like, hey, I'm sorry. There's a fear of Rome's one tribal idol. So let's just vote Saul out
for this round.
Just ride together as a 3. We still have the numbers. But
I didn't see. Did Teeny vote her out?
nope, Teeny voted
She
Soul
did.
out.
Oh, she a real one in at least.
They're rolling, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
Try.
that, I mean, just skipping into it, only thing about Tribal Council that was different was, Keyshawn admitted that was a core for why he did that. I
Why?
do not know.
I was in Walmart and I had it like in my basket as I'm like getting my little seasonings. And I said, wait a minute, let me roll that back. Did he just admit during Tribal Council that he in her life? Bam.
He didn't have to do that. He really didn't have to do that. Especially,
like, yeah, I'm in a 4. What?
He was letting me know that I will not be the third person voted down the Survivor.
You might be the 4th fam. You better hope
Don't
y'all
say that.
lose.
like, if he voted for Saul, I would have understood it. Where it's like, hey, Aisha, there's a core 4 that you're not in. Or maybe Aisha thinks that the 4 is Saul, her, Teeny, and Keyshawn. But it's like, hey, there's a core 4. And we're voting together. We're voting Saul out. So please vote for Saul or whatever. But
But see, and then you know what? Maybe that was like a signal. But then Aisha came back at the end, was like, "Well, Jeff, actually, I just want to say that I talked to 3 people, and I just want to make the 3 people. I don't know if they they trust me or not, but I'm trusting them with what we talked about. And oh no, what she said was, so in life, Jeff, that so we have friends and y'all meet up and you chit chat and y'all cool, and then you see them when you walking down the street and then you see them at dinner and you like, hold on, that one in the group chat, and I what?
Hold on, I meant to mention that.
Shout out to the group chat.
Shout out to her for mentioning the Who Are Gonna Be Their podcast. Because that was a shout out to us, the group chat. Shout out to you, fam.
And so she was like, I don't know if this is a situation. So that was a shot at Teeny. She was like, these 2 people, your other 2 friends, they go off. You think you're close, but then you go off and you see them at lunch and dinner together. And that was a shot at Keyshawn and Teeny. And so after she said that, they was kind of like,
oh, what you coming at us for? We tried.
Well, wait a minute.
You was stuck on trying to get out Genevieve, and now you gone. Because they definitely got voted out. Bless her heart.
According to this edit, shout out for Aisha for knowing who Genevieve was. I feel so bad for her, man. Imagine being on Survivor. You're 6 days in, and gosh dang, we were chatting, and they're like, "Has Genevieve came up?" And it was like, "Oh, she talked about Rome that one time."
Didn't even see it.
Like,
that's how invisible she was. Didn't even know the girl could talk. So Aisha was unfortunately the 3rd person voted out. And you want to know what's bad, y'all? We have a confession. I have a confession. I predicted that this was gonna be it. Treese did too. Preseason and last week.
No
unfortunately.
way.
Yes.
We literally called it 3rd.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you my reason.
That's crazy. Yeah, I gotta know.
Let me get my secret up. So this is what I did, right? I was all like, oh, let me look. So I found out she had a TikTok. So I went back on TikTok and I said, oh, let me see what she looked like. Or pictures, video, wherever it was, I looked. And I said, now she look about the same. Meaning, if you're on that island too long, you be looking a little homely, a little sick because you've been eating rice and leaves. This look good. She looked when she first got there. So I was like, she probably didn't last on the island long enough. So that's what made me give my guess. So I was like, it
was just my intuition.
That's what came to my mind when I first heard the cast.
It was my intuition. My intuition was telling me that she was gonna be third boot.
Now y'all see how they set me up because she was my number 1 pick in the draft. And they ain't tell me nothing. They ain't tell me nothing. And now my pick's gone out 3rd.
Eli, question. If we had this conversation, like, I think Aisha gonna be 3rd boot, would you have still chosen her?
Oh, she would have been my number 1 pick. She would have been my number 1 pick.
Thank you.
We had this conversation in the chat, like in the group chat.
Hey, don't expose me. Let me complain. Let me complain in peace.
To the conclusion that Eli don't pay attention to the messages in the group chat.
Don't.
So there we go. Okay,
man.
And then last,
she got taken out like in the gosh dang superhero TV show when the villain has like mind control over the other superheroes. and just like the villain has all the minions. Like, oh man, I guess I gotta vote out Aisha.
Fam was like Ned Stark, like an unexpected, but it's like, dang, I didn't know you was
It's
gonna
funny
go
because we
against
said
him,
third. Like I said, we said third, and then, like third or fourth boot, but I was like, I think it's gonna be third. I said third or fourth,
Yep.
Mary, just like that. I said third or fourth. I said, but I think it's gonna be third.
Yeah.
And then last week,
we definitely said she's not making it to the merge, unfortunately.
Yeah,
man.
And
the episode 1 hype though, she was cooking.
She
had the teeny connection, and
she got her TV time though, because I could see her playing again. I would not mind seeing her play again, just from that little bit alone. Because that little snippet that she got on the first episode, even a little bit in the second, I was like, okay, I like her. So hopefully we get.
Oh my gosh, I loved Mari.
I love Mari.
From Gen X versus Millennial.
And so I would like to see her second chances. Definitely give Aisha a call back, please, and thank you.
I think the only difficult thing for Aisha was the fact that. And she really, nothing happened in her tribe. Of course, they never went to tribal council, but you had Teeny saying, I think they were saying, or it might have been someone else, that she's a mastermind. Like, I like her because she's a genius and a mastermind.
Said that she's a strategist.
Yeah, and it's
he
like,
wanted to work with her.
And that's one of those free notions that I don't think she'll ever be able to shake, which is unfortunate for her because it's like she didn't even lead any votes, didn't whatever, just built relationships and already, hey, you're a strategist because you podcast talk about
she
it.
thought she was a part of that force, so maybe they were having plans on how to handle, different votes, especially when Rome, before they knew it was confirmed that, she didn't know he had no, idol, so she was probably still having conversations about how to take out Rome, who was going to be next after Rome, was probably going to be Genevieve, how they were going to do it, just in case she put she was probably having these conversations, and they just really liked her and enjoyed her. I'm cracking up because when it seemed like Teeny was turning on Aisha before she kind of threw her that olive press, Chappelle was like, Izzy would have never done this.
Would not have. But I'm gonna be very real. Y'all tell me if y'all think this is true or not. It just popped in my head. Do y'all think that Teeny didn't fight as much for her to stay because she knows, like, okay, she a part of this big podcast, everybody know her, it might be very hard to like get rid of her later on. So I wonder if she's like, you know what, if she gonna go, she gotta go.
I don't know. I think it was ultimately, I guess potentially, but also I feel like in New Age Survivor, a lot of people are quick to vote. If you have any ounce of winning, if you did anything in this game, they're gonna vote you out because it's like, I don't want this person to get to the end. So I don't think that they targeted Aisha for.
I think Teeny was the only one that knew she was, huh?
On their tribe. Now we don't know if anybody on the other tribe knew about Aisha.
Yeah, on the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So
but yeah,
I
don't think. Yeah, I guess it could have been. But yeah, I don't think.
It might be in the back of her mind. It might not have been any reasoning, but I wonder if in the back of her mind she was like, well.
I think what stuck the stake in Aisha's heart was them going back to Rome and being like, oh, she doesn't want to do it all. I think the moment they did that, Aisha's fate was sealed. You can't put anyone else's. If Teeny and Keyshawn kept that to their chest, that like, hey, she doesn't want to do this. Like,
you know what,
it still could have been Saul.
You know what I would have did to be messy? Ooh, would I have done it this early? I probably would have. I'll be kamikaze sometimes. I don't care. It's entertaining. I probably would have, if I'm Rome, I might have used my idol on her just to see. Maybe. I know we got big bases. They don't like me either. Let's team up together. Like, since you was gonna go home. And then for it to be exposed that she would have went home because Saul would have left, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, and then he got that
still it would have been. It would have been a revote because Genevieve and Saul each had one.
Oh, and Rome would have went home. Like,
Rome wouldn't have went home.
Rome got a vote,
but Rome played his idol, so it was only going to be a revote.
Well, no, remember she said if he played
in the scenario that he played it on Asha, I was like, oh wait, I forgot it was tied, so he would have went home. Never mind, I wouldn't have did that.
Wait, well,
it would have been 1-1-1.
Well, hold on, wait, because Rome voted
He
for
didn't get no
Aisha
vote.
though. So if he would have just flipped his vote to Soul, then that wouldn't have been a two per. It would have been 2 on Soul instead of 1 for Rome. And Soul
Scenarios.
Yeah, it's a bunch of scenarios.
So Soul would have still went home. So Rome would have been fine because the 2 votes would have been on Soul.
Oh.
So he would have saved Aisha with his vote. I mean, with the idol. Soul would have went home. She realized,
and then we could have had a teeny Rome Aisha trio, and I would be in love with that.
I don't know. It would have been a Genevieve. He would have probably pull in Genevieve because he trusts her more than the other ones, and because Aisha wouldn't trust Teenie after that or Keyshawn. So, and it really wouldn't even matter what they felt like because with Soul gone, them 2 plus his still a vote, that's 3 votes in a tribe of 5. So they would have the power to control who went home. That would have been Trees. I don't know. That way would have made it would have made.
It would have made some TV,
especially if it got pulled off. I was honestly fully expecting Ron to do something stupid and then trick him.
I thought he was gonna do something dumb.
But he ain't as look. The man might be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he ain't dumb.
He didn't fake his death for nothing. In this second life, I'm doing something.
Right. The second life gonna mean something.
Oh God.
I don't think it's me, Jeff, but I'm using this idol on me. Good. You better. Because what if they were all lying to you this whole time? Talking about put it on Genevieve and they vote you out.
That's funny.
So yeah, good for him on that point. But shout out to Aisha, girl. You did what you could. Should have took the olive branch. Hate to see it.
I know. And I just wish if she would have lasted a little bit longer. It's like, oh, I could see her coming back. I don't know if a third boot could be on season 50. Unless it's a fan vote. But
yeah. I would say because of her affiliation with, the Twitter world and social media world, I think she has a chance. So
Jefferson don't care about that.
No, I ain't talking about Jeff.
He's the one who controls who come back.
He probably don't make all the controlling decisions.
He's the executive producer. He do.
Well, Jeff's doing it. Jonathan from Marianne season's coming back.
Will be back again and again.
Likely. He loved that man.
Yeah. Not you talking about BB comment. Mary, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. But yes, T-Core should have been Crow Slay. Oh, I like that. Or Crush Slay. Okay, Crow Slay gives us nothing.
No, crochet, because she be crocheting.
So they kind of put, I don't know.
Crow Slay.
Shoot.
I like Crow Slay.
I don't know how much has happened. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know how much has happened on the feeds on Big Brother, but we'll probably have a lot of time to talk about BB comments.
We'll have a lot
to talk about.
Because the podcast might be 14 minutes tomorrow. Maybe. So I will be back for another random story to fill some time.
So
I'll think of something, a way to give Treese another nightmare. But
there you go.
But y'all, we thank you for hanging out with us as we cover Survivor 47. As always, before you leave here, click like, click share, turn on those notifications, and subscribe, besties. And tell your friends and everybody else to join the exclusive group chat. We appreciate you as always, and make sure you tune in tomorrow when we will be covering the eviction results of Big Brother, and of course talking about BP Comics, because I got thoughts on some of these comics. And we will see you tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful night, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well at AWhoAllThere. And of course, our YouTube is Who All Gonna Be There podcast.
Yeah. See y'all tomorrow.
And, yeah. We're working on surprise, y'all. Hopefully the surprise come through. We'll see.
We are?
Yeah, we are.
Surprise! Eli don't even know.
Shout out Survivor Rome. Rest in peace to my draft.
Have a good night.